Creating a workshop activity. Activate edit mode in the top navigation bar. On your course page, click Add an activity or resource. Select Workshop from the dialog box. Provide a name for your workshop and add a description, if necessary. For the grading strategy, what you choose here determines the assessment form students will use, and also the strategy for grading submissions. Note that it can't be changed once you have entered the submission phase of a workshop. Grade for submission sets the maximum grade a student can attain from the given submission. It is scaled between 0 to 100. If you have set up any grade categories, you will see a pick list. For the submission grade to pass, you can set a passing grade for the workshop submission. This may be connected with activity completion and conditional activities, so students can only access a follow-up activity once they have obtained the required grade. For the grade for assessment, you can set the maximum grade a student can receive for assessing other students' work. It is also scaled between 0 to 100. If you have set up any grade categories, you will see a pick list. For the assessment grade to pass, you can set a passing grade for the workshop assessment. Then, add your instructions for the submission. For submission types, you may choose either online or file attachment. If you want the student's submission to be mandatory, please check the required checkbox, otherwise, leave it unchecked. If you wish students to attach files, set the maximum number of submissions. You can also specify the maximum upload size of the files they upload, depending on the course limit. You can also specify which types of files they are allowed to upload. Checking the late submissions box will allow students to submit after the deadline. During the assessment phase of the workshop, students will see the instructions for assessment, which are crucial for them to understand the task before evaluating their classmates' submissions. If you check Use Self-Assessment, your students can evaluate their own work. Otherwise, leave it unchecked. If the overall feedback mode is enabled, a text box appears at the bottom of each assessment form for reviewers to give an overall comment about the submission. You can also add your conclusion to be shown to the students when the workshop is over. It is a good idea to signpost students to how they can access the assessments they have received. It might also include suggestions on what students should do next. Set the availability of your submission and the assessment time for the workshop. This is the time when students can start submitting, the deadline for submitting, the time assessments for other students' work start, and when they must finish assessing other students' work. To save your workshop activity, scroll to the bottom of the page and click on Save and Return to Course.